was really prepared. I thought they played really well at Wake the other night. I think they'll do a good job in their league, run good stuff, and a bunch of changing defenses. They've got good speed and quickness. I thought that they were probably a little bit more physical on the interior than we were, which is something we'll continue to address, especially games like Friday night coming up. Could be exposed in that area. Our interior physicality, our defensive rebounding collectively has got to improve. But offensively, had pretty good flow and rhythm and tempo and really shared it. Shot selection was much better than our previous opportunities that we've had. So something we've harped on a bunch and got better in that area today.
Questions?
Coach, what went into the decision to bring Jeremiah off the bench, and what did you see from him with the team high 22?
Thought he played really well, responded really well to something different for him in coming off the bench, because he hadn't done that yet to this point. Who knows what we'll do moving forward, but he tweaked his ankle last game, missed a practice. It's all part of it. So Justin Bailey, I thought, did a really good job, and he's starting to show us he's the same guy every day. He's a really consistent guy. Both of those guys played really well.
Coach, obviously, Cannon hit the first shot of the game with a three. I think he hit the second one as well. Just how important was that for your guys to kind of hit those first couple to kind of get, loosened up a little bit?
I think anytime you're going against a defense, especially early in the year, that is different than what you see every day, drastically different, and that ball goes in for you, it helps you settle in a little bit. So those were big shots.
Coach, I know we just asked them about the defensive struggles. What did you see tonight, or this afternoon, on the defensive end?
I thought we did some good things defensively. At times played really hard. I thought that in the full court we expended a lot of energy. We blocked a bunch of shots. We had a bunch of steals. Our attention to detail wasn't great at times. It's still a process with us playing a little differently, and then we're shipping guys in and out of the game too, which I don't want to give our guys an excuse, but we've got to get better. We've got to be more connected defensively. I've played a bunch of different combinations. But on the defensive glass, that's the area where we've got to make the biggest jump. But it's not like we jogged around. I mean, we are asking our guys to play 94 feet, and we change defenses at times as well. And Morehead's pretty good. They are. I think they showed that the other night, and they showed that in the first half. I think they'll do good in their league, but it's early in the year. We've got a bunch of stuff we can get better at.
Jeremiah previously talked about how he feels like he could thrive in this high-tempo offense. How have you seen him sort of embrace the style of play?
He's really fast. He's really competitive. He's embraced giving more of himself physically on the defensive end. We got to get him to rebound it. He's just more capable. All of our guards are. And then, as with the rest of our perimeter guys, he and those guys have to buy into taking good shots. And I thought he did a much better job of that today, outside of one right in front of us, in front of our bench there in the second half. He let the game come to him a little bit. He's a developing young player who was asked to do a ton of scoring last year, and we'd love for him to do a ton of scoring at times when that's the right shot, when it's what the defense dictates. But so he's developing as a passer, a defender, a rebounder. He's a talented guy.
25 points off turnovers, 46 points in the fast break game. What made that possible tonight?
We're pretty good with causing havoc and getting tips and getting deflections. We had good speed. Thought we shot some into some passing lanes pretty well and blew up a couple actions. And then we do it every day. I mean, when our guys just with pressing every day, you're going to fall into creating turnovers and getting out and transition offense. And whether it's a make, a miss, a turnover, what have you, we're trying to play fast offensively. It suits us. Our guys have embraced that, You know, they love to play fast and shoot it fast, but we've got to continue to address some of those other areas.
Obviously, late in the game, the windmill dunk by Jake. What were your early thoughts, just kind of seeing what that play take place?
I'll remind Jake. I know our fans probably enjoyed it, but it was still just 2 points. I'll take a shot at him. He's an awesome kid to coach. Locked in, positive energy, plays with joy. Just got an infectious motor. And just like Jeremiah and some of these guys, I mean, we're still. It's not like we got a bunch of old guys. I mean, he's a true freshman, and Kareem Stagg's a true freshman, and they're getting better because they love to play, they love to compete, and it's nice to see it go in for him because he works at it.
Kind of going off that, what have your thoughts been on Jake Wilkins? Obviously, how he's coming along through 3 games.
Yeah, he's. I've said it a few times. He's very detail oriented. He's a pleaser. You know, he's a really good teammate. He's super coachable with staff, but also with his teammates. He wants to be good. It's important to him. He asks questions. He owns mistakes. You know, he's got a high level of accountability. He'll just keep getting better and better.
Obviously, a big rivalry game Friday night. Just what are your thoughts on Georgia Tech? What are your early thoughts, kind of seeing them, and then just what do you tell your team? Just try not to get too excited and too hype about this game, and how big are these rivalry games for this program?
You know, I'd be contradicting myself if I said this one was bigger than Bellarmine or Morehead State or the Troy exhibition or our practice in a couple days after we're off tomorrow. It's what we preach daily is growth. Let's get better. Every practice, every shoot around, every film session, every strength and conditioning session, every tutoring session over in the Rankin Center. You know, we're trying to make ourselves better. You know, we're trying to become the best version of ourselves, and same thing as a team, of course. So, yeah, we can't get too emotional. I know this one's really important to our fans, of course, and it'll be rocking in here Friday night. Can't imagine it. It won't be exciting environment, but we better be more concerned with their personnel and how we're trying to attack them offensively and defensively. Not overly familiar. It's early in the year. Hadn't seen them a bunch. Hadn't seen us a bunch, of course. But it'd be a typical, like an SEC game or like when we've played other ACC opponents. But again, for our fans, hopefully with Georgia Tech coming in here Friday night before a football game, it means a little bit more to them, and we'll have a few more people in here.
Coach, can you just talk about the depth y'all have on offense in terms of seven guys scoring over double-digit points? How do you feel that unit in terms of depth is developing so far?
You know, I'm more concerned with just our depth playing well. Whether it's 11 guys, 10 guys, 9 guys, who knows where it'll be, how deep into the bench we'll be playing in a couple of months. I'd like to think that we can continue to play 10 or 11 guys all season, but we're going to have to play well to do that. And how that depth affects winning doesn't matter to me. You know, whether it's 3 guys each getting 20 or, we have 8 guys that get 8 apiece, it doesn't matter. Let's just play well. Let's just keep getting better. But these guys are what I love is we're playing guys. We're playing a lot of guys, of course, and guys come out, and we all want to play 35 minutes. And it's really hard to do that especially when you're playing the way that we're playing right now. But guys, when their number's called to get back into the game, we got guys flying around. So it's a good thing.
Almost half of your field goal attempts were from beyond the arc. How big is it to stick with that and work through the ebbs and flows?
Yeah, we want to shoot a lot of threes. We do, and I've said it for a couple weeks. And people that watch us practice a bunch, and people in our program know we shoot it better than our numbers indicated coming into today. So it's nice to see it going a little bit more. But yeah, we want to draw fouls and get layups and dunks and open threes. Shot selection was better today. That was probably the biggest positive coming out of today, and we've got to maintain that. Again, we've got a rival coming in Friday night, and that moment can't be too big. The ball hasn't even hit my hands yet, and I've decided I'm going to shoot it. That doesn't translate to success. We've got to take good shots, and did a much better job of that today.
Coach, on an unrelated note, Asa Newell just had 17 points career high last night. Did you get a chance to talk to him, or how much have you been able to watch of him so far?
Not much. He's been back to campus a bunch. He's been in our gym a bunch. He's actually had a chance to practice with us once, and we all communicate pretty regularly with him. Especially big brother Jaden and Daryl Harden, who's been like family to him since he's been a little kid. But so happy for his success. He's such a wonderful person, and doesn't surprise me at all. He's going to be a really good long-term player in the NBA.